Welcome to Chautauqua People. My name is John V. My guest today is Deb Lyons. She serves as director of the Chautauqua Sports Club. She was born in Chautauqua County, grew up in Bemis, went to school as the daughter of Bemis school teachers, then followed her education at Miami of Ohio, and along the way did a whole lot of different things at Chautauqua. So what sorts of activities did you participate in as a child and then as a teenager?
Okay, well, my first job was special delivery girl, riding my bike, working for the post office at Chautauqua and delivering packages. And I still remember delivering one to Walter Hendel, and he and his wife were having a singing competition. So when I entered the door, they were saying everything in song. So I get such a kick out of these people's stories at Chautauqua. So that was my first job. I also was a babysitter. Then I worked at the Boys and Girls Club on the waterfront. I was worked at Norton Hall as an usher. I cleaned homes. Did pretty much anything. I scooped ice cream at what was then I think the refectory. Now it's the Red Brick Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
And then a little later I did promotional work for the special studies group. So I got to interview some of the teachers and write little articles about them. Yeah.
And then you finished it up, you finished college. What did you do after college?
Not too long after college, I moved to Chicago. I met my husband in a very romantic story that I probably don't have enough time to tell, but we eventually moved to Chicago. I worked for a company called Keycom, which was a joint venture between Centel and Honeywell. It was kind of a precursor to the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So we were doing all of the things on the net, on the internet, but locally for the Chicago area.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, didn't make it. It didn't survive, but it needed a bigger boost as from the internet. But that was one of my first jobs, and I enjoyed it.
Now, how did you make your way to Chautauqua?
Well, my parents were teachers. You mentioned that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And Mel Llewellyn, who was the PE teacher at Maple Grove High School, and his wife, Winnie, was the English teacher and Latin teacher. Mr. Llewellyn got a job as the director of the Boys and Girls Club, and he asked my dad if he'd be interested in. He was, and my dad was the business manager there. He worked there for 39 years.
Whoa!
Yes. So a lot of people remember my dad and very fondly. They're 92 and they're still coming over to Chautauqua and enjoying the church services. And it was great to grow up right in Chautauqua. We lived in the Boys Club for
Mm-hmm.
most of those years, along with the bats. And so that was a great experience. As a kid at Chautauqua, you can do all sorts of things. I think when I was 9, I was in the Opera Carmen, and my parents just thought nothing of like having me come home at 10 in the evening on the bus, because they knew the bus driver.
Mm-hmm.
You just could do had those kinds of freedoms as a
Mm-hmm.
kid, which I
Mm-hmm.
love.
And so how did you end up getting into the sports club?
Yeah, because my whole family loved it so much, I took my children to Chautauqua, and they kind of grew up and met other friends that have become very close friends with them. And my one daughter decided to stay and serve as a waterfront counselor, which is something I did,
Mm-hmm.
for her high school senior year and her freshman year. And she was looking at the jobs because she had to go on to apply. And she said, "Mom, there's a sports club director position available. You and Dad should think about that." Yeah, that's perfect. And we applied, and fortunately we got the position, and this is my 9th summer, so that was 9 years ago.
Ninth summer.
Yeah.
Now, what's the sports club like?
Well, it's a little white house building just in front of the Athenaeum Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
We have had forever, as far as I know, we've had things like duplicate bridge and mahjong indoors, and some outdoor activities are like we've had kayaks, canoes, We have stand-up paddle boards. We also do the whole softball season with the leagues, and we put on the Tarp Skunk game. We brought Jamestown over to do an expo game. We have lawn bowling, shuffleboard, and of course we have our old first night race, which was a lot of fun to raise money for Chautauqua.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
So tell me what age groups are served by the sports club? What sorts of things each of them might be interested in?
It's really geared towards intergenerational. We want families to come in and enjoy it together, and they do. We see more of the older generation enjoying duplicate bridge, and Mahjong has really become popular with all ages.
Tell me what that is.
Mahjong is like a tile game, almost like a board game that they play. I don't know how to play, but we're having a Mahjong luncheon tomorrow. It originated in China, and each tile represents a different character, and you score, and it's fun.
And you have a good number to participate in that.
Yeah, we have lessons in there Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Tuesdays we do a drop-in. So yeah, that's interesting to some people. And we also have started doing different things with our fleet of kayaks. We have guided kayak tours, which appeal to a number of different people. We do a sunrise hour for any kind of paddle, whether it's canoe, kayak, or stand-up paddleboard. We do that from 6 to 7 in the morning. So you have to be an early bird to enjoy it, but yeah, that's a lot of fun too.
That's right. Now tell me about this lawn bowling business.
Yeah. Well, we decided the number of people enjoying lawn bowling was declining, so we thought it would be a great idea to have John Newhall, who is an advocate for lawn bowling, to give a little mini lesson. So people can take a lesson Monday through Friday at 1 o'clock, and then they can stay and play. And it's become more and more popular. Lots of people thought that it was closed off and it wasn't available to them because it is gated. So I've been trying to open up the sports club to the whole community. It's not something you have to have a membership to. Anyone can come in and sample all the different services that we have to offer.
So what do you do in lawn bowling?
How do you play?
Yeah.
It's a little bit similar to bocce, but I can't say that to a lawn bowling purist because you are rolling the ball, not throwing it, which causes divots in this beautifully maintained green, which actually one of the fellows from golf comes down and takes care of it, and it's pristine. So John Cable is his name. We don't want to mess up the green, but yeah, it's a very gentleman game. You roll it and you try to get your bowl, which is weighted, as close to the jack as you can. So it's fun. I never tried it till I became a director of the sports club.
There. How long does a typical game take?
About an hour and a half. Yeah.
That works out reasonably well.
Yeah.
Now, is there a membership fee to join the sports club?
There's not. No.
Really?
Yeah. Everything's a la carte.
It sounds like something that would be a membership based.
Yeah,
item.
I've always thought that we want to be more accessible and less exclusive. So by having it open to anyone can walk in, I think that's the way to go. We've been talking about accessibility at Chautauqua, and I think that's the better way to go.
Speaking of accessibility, have you done anything to make it physically accessible for the handicapped?
Yeah, just before this summer, a new ramp was put in to our side entrance, and it makes it easier especially for our bridge players. Some have mobility issues, and that makes it easier for them to get in.
So they come in walkers, wheeled walkers, or wheelchairs and get in there.
Absolutely.
And have at it.
Yeah.
Was that a long time in coming? I heard somebody joke that something's in the budget for Chautauqua, but that doesn't mean anything.
We had one. This is just an improvement on what was there previously. And something I've been wanting, but it may take a while to get, is an accessibility kayak launcher, because we have people of all ages trying out kayaks, and an accessibility kayak launcher would allow them to be able to get in and out themselves more easily. Right now we do somewhat backbreaking work trying to help people get in and out because we want everyone to be able to enjoy being on the water. It's just a beautiful.
So what would that be, some kind of lift that they?
Yeah, I presented a whole package on that, and it's just basically like the way the dock is structured. You can lower yourself into the kayak with a bar instead of relying on someone getting in.
Now, kayaking is popular. What about canoeing? Is that sort of fading?
It's not as popular as kayaking. And stand-up paddleboarding has become very popular. We actually offer a lesson in beginning kayaking and in beginning stand-up paddleboard.
What do you do for a stand-up paddleboard?
Have you ever done it?
No.
Come over, we'll have you do it. Yeah, so it's a board, almost looks like a surfboard.
Okay.
And you climb on it, and you've got a paddle that's adjustable. And you can start on your knees till you get comfortable, and then if you feel comfortable, and it's a good balance test for you, you stand up, and you're paddling on both sides of the SUP and get around that way. We also have a stand-up paddleboard gentle stretch class that we started offering 2 years ago, and that has people that are very agile try that class, and they do different poses and different stretches in a series, and it's also good for your core, and it's good for your balance.
About how many people come to the sports club daily?
Yeah, I'd say about 100, depending on the day. Obviously more if it's a race day and we have 800 people around us, or even we had a beach-to-beach color sprint last week, and there was a neat picture in the paper today about
A beach-to-beach what?
color sprint. So it's a color run. Mostly kids do it from about 6 to 16. And we give them a white T-shirt, and they run from the Children's Beach to Hines Beach. And we had the fire department spraying water on them at the sports club, and then every block between the sports club and Hines Beach, we had volunteers throw different powdered paint at them until they get to Hines Beach, and then we did a final throw of paint, and everybody gets an ice pop, and everybody's happy. Very colorful.
And the kids get washed down, and they're thrown in for a wash
They
off on the
love
lake
it.
kid before you bring all that stuff home.
Yeah, the kids love it, and some of the volunteers were covered with paint as well, so they were into it. It was
So
fun.
that's just an easy good time.
Yeah, it's really short. It starts at 4:30, and at 4:35 they're already at the beach, and it's
covered
a
in
quickie.
paint.
Yeah, it's a
Painted.
quickie. Yeah.
Now, how long in the year is the sports club open?
Yeah, we're just open during the 9-week summer season. Occasionally we'll do something pre-season for like a wedding party, but that's typically.
But the plan then is to be.
Yeah, we're in place those 9 weeks.
Yeah, and you could probably come up a bit before then
Yeah.
and get it all opened up.
Right. Yeah, it takes a while because we store all of the boats in the sports club, so it's quite
Okay.
an undertaking to get everything removed and get the place cleaned up, and it's not winterized, so there's some critters we discovered one year.
Yeah, you probably
We
want to
had
get the boats washed up before they're brought into the.
Yeah,
into
to
the club.
take them out and get them all on our racks and get everything in place and get the back room ready to go. So yeah, it takes a little while to do that.
And then plumbing has to take place and all that kind of stuff.
Right, exactly.
So it's a substantial before and after the season time investment on your part, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But
make it
we,
go.
We aim to please. If somebody wants to do something special, we like to be.
Have you had any significant multi-generational events?
I really feel like all of ours are. Again, maybe you don't want to talk about Old First Night yet, but last year, because it was the 150th birthday of Chautauqua, we wanted to do something special. So in addition to our Old First Night run and walk race, we added 4 youth races. So we added a diaper crawl, a toddler trot, a 100-yard dash, and a 1-mile kids run. So we had every age from less than 1-year-old to 89-year-olds
So let's talk a little more about the Old First Night run.
Okay.
How long has that been going on?
So this is our 49th season. So next year, I'm excited, it will be our 50th year. And we'll, I'm sure, do something special for next year as well.
I think we may do, we talked about a special edition of Chautauqua People.
I love that. I love that.
And what happens during the race? Tell me about this.
Okay, what happens during the Old First Night race?
Yeah, where do people go? Who can join?
Yeah.
How old are the people?
Yeah, you can register online, and we're getting people more used to the idea of registering online, because that way we are not making typos or spelling their name incorrectly. And really, we do have all ages represented. We added this year a speed walk category, because some of the people finishing last year said, hey, let's add that. Sure, we'll add that on. So our walkers, the other group of walkers, are competing against their estimated time. And then the runners, of course, are running against people in their age group.
And where do they go?
So it's around the perimeter of the grounds. You know how beautiful Chautauqua is. It pretty much follows the lake up to that killer tennis hill, and then around all the way back to the sports club with a little zigzag through Miller Park. So it's 2.75 miles.
2.75 miles.
Yeah.
So that's not a real killer, but it's enough to challenge if you're not in good shape.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that tennis hill is, and it's early on. you have to get through that, and then you'll be good.
That's a buster, isn't it?
Right.
And so, but how many people sign up for the race?
Yeah, I think this year we had, I have to look at my numbers, we had 673. It's usually pretty equally split between men and women and walkers and runners. And I said like 75 were in our youth run. So like I said, we did it for the first time last year. It was such a success, we decided to do it again this year.
That's great. And where does it begin and end?
For the youth run?
The major race, and then the youth run.
It all starts and ends at the sports club. The
Right.
sports club, the hub.
What would you expect otherwise?
Right.
And who manages it?
Yeah, my husband Dana is the race director, and he's actually a certified race director. He got a certification where we live in the Woodlands, Texas, and has been in charge of many races, both triathlons and running races. So it's a perfect fit for him. And
I wonder if we could see what the race looks like, and then maybe you could tell us a little bit about it.
Love it.
People register, what do they get?
Yeah, let me show you. So this year, people that registered got this really cool
Isn't that neat?
Old First Night shirt. This year we featured the Hall of Philosophy, and it was a photo that Dave Munch took, and then we used the photos as awards this year. So the top place people got a framed photo of the Hall of Philosophy, and this is also available in posters.
And you see a good number of those around, don't you?
Yeah, I know, and we thank our sponsors. Our sponsors are on the back. Team VP, Bill Sofel, is the head of that. They have sponsored this race for a very long time, and DFT has sponsors our virtual race, which is their Around the World race.
That's great.
Yeah.
I think we got some footage of the race, don't we?
Let's look at it.
Let's take a look at that.
Sounds good.
And you could talk us through it.
Sounds good.
Look at this.
Okay.
Who's here?
This is exciting. So you can see everyone's getting excited. That was Catherine Clark, the red-headed gal. And then you see Will Chubb, and I see Luke Bissinger. And
who has been in residence here for the last 6 weeks.
Everyone's nervous.
In the Opera Conservatory.
Oh, we had a wonderful opera singer this year, Michaela Larson. She's singing the national anthem for us.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the
always start the race right at 8 o'clock, and we turn the bell tower off. So the guys are lining up, and last year our winner was Jack Bertram. He's right up there in front, as well as our second place person, Adam Cook, who won a while back, but he came in second last year. Will Chubb is the redhead in the middle, and last year he took third. We'll see how he fares this year. A little further over, all in black, is Luke Bissinger, who's my son-in-law, by the way.
Whoa.
And yeah, he's been doing some racing lately. So yeah, so you can see everybody's getting excited. We have a great chip timer, Mark from Run High. It's been doing the chip timing for us, a little different than it was way back when they started the race 49 years ago, and they were doing it all by a stopwatch. Okay, they're off. And you can see they're off. There goes one, there goes Cody Englander, and I saw Annie Calhoun. And the very first group started out a little faster than some of the folks here in the middle, but they're still running.
Most competitive out first.
Yeah, some people wear their race shirts and some people don't. So I love that. And now we have people more walking. I don't see quite as many runners here, do you? Some dogs, we have some people waving, and yeah,
There's
it's
a
fun
dog.
for everyone. It looks like Nancy Gibbs that just went by with her dog. And there's Pam Bowers and lots of smiling faces. We had an absolutely stunning day. It was nice and cool, great temperature for running. And there goes Laura Dawson. She's pushing her
Kids in
stroller with her
strollers.
granddaughter. Oh, it's so much fun. Look at these cool kids with their sunglasses on. And yeah, they're sauntering up. No particular hurry here. The back of the pack is happy just to be taking a nice leisurely stroll on a beautiful day. Nothing wrong with that.
Two guys having at it.
Oh, and here comes the little girl. It's very good. I love it.
Not too serious at the end here.
Yeah, no.
Like a couple of
these are-
dogs.
Yeah, I think that's some of the Twist family right there.
Yeah.
Coming in, and some more strollers, so you're off to a good start. Oh,
Okay.
we're almost at the end here. Okay.
Here comes our
closing in
winner.
on- This is Jack Bertram. He's a freshman at Notre Dame. He won the race last year, and he came in 1 second faster this year than he did last year. Coach Greg Prechtel and Bob Zellers have been our volunteers at the finish line for years and years, and that's Dana Lyons, the race director, my sweet husband, making sure everything's going smoothly. And coming in not too far after Jack is Adam Cook. He also took second last year. He's looking strong. He is getting married, I think, later this year to the gal who will come in second.
Really?
So, yeah. And we'll see how much further behind our third place runner is.
Little space between these.
Yeah,
folks
a
is-
little bit. But still, they're all finishing under 16 minutes, you'll notice. This is a Will Chubb, and he's going to get in before 15 minutes. Great job. Yeah, that's exciting. And now we have our women's finisher, Catherine Clark, and we're excited to see her finish first. She usually takes second for her brother Tyler Clark, who won the race. I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. So it's good to see her have her day in the sun.
We're not too serious at these folks coming.
Very fun. And you can see all the families that are there.
Yeah.
Everyone just having a great time.
That's it. Now look at this
wait,
race.
no, this is our start of our 1 mile race. So they started at the start line, and they're going down to the water treatment plant. And in a little minute, you're going to see the 100-yard dash kids come back, and they are running hard and fast, and they're doing their best to get to the finish line because they're going to get a coupon for a free ice cream cone at the Red Brick Cafe, thanks to David and Jill Peckinpah, which is so fun. And there's me. Oh, I'm way behind the rest of the kids.
That's great.
And look at all the people lined up, parents lined up, and they're going to be there to give their final cheer for the 1 milers that come in after that.
That is so much fun.
Yeah, so
now,
fun.
Now, what happens after the race?
Well, there we have like some cookies and we have awards. We went right into the awards right after that last 1 mile race of the kids. And like I said, this year we used photos of the Hall of Philosophy that were framed for our awards. And we had a special award for the Grand Matriarch, who was Joanne Webb, who lives here in Mayville. She had 24 family members
Really?
at the race. And one year she had 50, so this is actually a little fewer, but she was there, so we had a special trophy for her for being the Grand Matriarch.
That's great. And the other oldsters who were
Yeah, we have Young at Heart Award, and you know what? I think it was. I'm going to have to check my notes on who won the Young at Heart Award. It was Margie, was the female, and she was fast. She was running really well.
Really?
Yeah.
And I think Bud Horn was there as.
Bud Horn was there. You know, Bud is 100 years old.
Yeah.
And Bud ran ever since the race started 49 years ago. He ran every single one of them consecutively until just after 2020, and then he started helping us with the start of the race. And he was there. We love to see him. It was special.
Now, what happens with the scores afterward? Are they shared at all?
Yeah, we have the results. They're posted at runhigh.com.
Okay.
They also printed them in the paper.
Can we see what that looks like?
Of course. So we have our results right here. And then I can maybe also...
Devin, take a look at that.
Yeah. Should I hold it this way?
Yeah.
And I'm going to have a chance to look up our Young at Heart person.
So you can go in here and you can look at some of these age groups.
Yeah. And people like to look when they are estimating their time. They like to see what their time was last year and estimate based on that. So, yeah.
And what's about the highest age group?
Yeah, it was 80 and up because I didn't have any 90-year-olds, but next year we're going to have 90 and up because 2 of my 89-year-olds said, we want to age up to the next age group to get that award. So I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. So we will have a 90 and up category as well.
I had a friend who was over 80 and he's in great shape, and he said, I hope there aren't any more people over here because I want to win an award. But he's in the...
Hey, they're a competitive group. We won't deny them that. That's for sure.
So let's just finish up.
Okay.
Somebody wants to do the Old First Night run next year.
Okay.
What would you recommend? When do you think it'll be?
Okay.
And
it's always the Saturday before the first Tuesday of August. So the first Tuesday of August is always the Old First Night birthday party.
Got it.
So I believe it's August 3rd, check me on this, August 3rd of 2026.
Great.
Yeah, on Saturday.
And how do they get signed up?
They will sign up when we have that open up for registration. It'll probably be sometime in March. It will be at oldfirstnight.com.
And how much does it cost to register?
This year it was $45. I'm not sure about the pricing for next year yet because I don't know some of the prices that will go into the race. But it's a fundraiser. All of the proceeds are for Chautauqua Fund.
And they get the T-shirt.
Right.
And immensely good fellowship.
Yes, definitely.
This has been so much fun.
Yes, it has.
And we're out of time.
Okay.
And I hope we'll do a good program next year. Get it on the Access Channel before the race, and maybe we'll get it before people come along.
That
Thank you
sounds
so very
wonderful.
much.
Thank you, John.
See you now.
All right.